dedicate this new church, it has been built after arguments. And we did so on the feast of the conversion of St. Paul. And in a way, this feast, the conversion of St. Paul, reminds us of what the church ought to be like, or ought to be. Converts, men and women, giving their lives over to Christ. There is a saying, I guess some of you have heard it before, that every saved has a past, and every sinner has a future. And this is true in the case of Paul. And for all of us, we all have a past. But we hope, we look forward to the future. A couple years ago, I was listening to a radio program. And this pastor was saying that as a young boy, he had 5 goals in life. The first goal was to have plenty of money. The second goal was to have plenty of women. The third goal was to have a gun. The fourth goal was to kill, was to murder. And his fifth goal was to go to prison. And he achieved every single goal. That's not the end of the story. Was in prison, you have these churches that will visit prison and minister to them. And there he was converted to Christ. Not only was he converted to Christ, made a radical transformation in his life and turnaround, but he became a pastor of a church. And today, he moves around the Caribbean, preaching the good news of Jesus Christ. And I tell you, he has a following. Because what people recognized was that not only did he perform those terrible acts, but they saw God's mercy working in him and through him. So many lives were changed. In a way, St. Paul was like this. St. Paul aggressively persecuted Christians. The second reading today, he speaks of his experience, of what he was like, and what he became after he was touched by God's grace and mercy. So this is of the conversion of St. Paul is very instructive to all of us as we gather to celebrate the dedication of this church. Because in dedicating this church, we are not only asking the Lord to bless this building, which has been set aside for sacred purpose, but also we, as the body of the church, the real church, we are dedicating and rededicating our lives. And to do so, we must hold before ourselves the figure of St. Paul. Today, we live in a society that is so vicious. As one person said to me, we live in a cultural society, and we are not giving God the chance to move and operate in our lives. You know, sometimes I see people or I hate people who are so vicious and cut them temper. And then they will all say, "Oh," and I said, "No, man, this is to forget." I want the same support I put in was a third person at one time. We as a people of God, we can take on simple what we are called to do. And it said by how we decided, we are not perfect. We are striving for perfection. And we shall make mistakes. But we must learn how to trust in the mercy of God. And let God reform our lives. And as we do so, we learn how to build and to be church. And that's the other challenge. Because after St. Paul was converted, he worked tirelessly to build the church of God and encourage his listeners to join him in building the church of God. You know, this church, for its construction, it looks beautiful. But the construction of this building employed different skilled persons. There is a carpenter, there is the mason, there is the electrician, the plumber, the tile layer, the joiner, the painter, and then all these came together to build this church. The carpenter could not have said to the mason, "I do not need you. You have no place in this construction." The tile layer could not say to the painter, "You are not wanted." There is room for every skill to bring this building into being. The same is true about building church. In a church, there is room for every single person. When we dismiss someone from being involved, we are weakening the church. There is something somebody can contribute. When I was in the parish, before becoming a bishop, there's one old lady. Never recognized in all my years. I've never heard anybody say anything good or praise her for what she's doing. But she came early, and she always opened every window and stayed back to close windows. I've never heard yes until one day I recognized her. What is to close the window? Doesn't mean it's not insignificant. But to be in the limelight, that counts. Dear friends, the church has a wonderful opportunity in this time to be a witness. the late John Paul II speaks of the springtime for the church. A springtime to bear witness. A springtime to let people know that God lives and God has power. This present Pope is also in the same vein. He recently instituted a new dicastery or a council called the Pontifical Council for the New Evangelization. So much is he bent on evangelization that the church exists to evangelize. You see, some people believe that church is about coming to Mass every Sunday, go to church every Sunday, and that's it. I go to Sunday. But no, the church is missionary by nature. The gospel tells us today, go out to the whole world, proclaim the good news. Church needs everybody. Each person decided this evening has a Jesus story to tell, a God story to tell. If we stop back and go back into our lives, we can find a God story or Jesus' story. And that is a story you must share with somebody. So as we dedicate this church, we are called to dedicate our lives. You know, sometimes I stop